Good evening from Southeast Asia. This will be episode number 2 of our Australia alien version things. We only got 1 and 2. That's probably all we'll do for Australia. We're doing 2 because we just have so many cases from Australia, and they've been kind of interesting. They've had a higher than normal incidence of probing. Okay, all tapes are copyright 2024 by stockphotosworldwide.com. And you can find them all kinds of other places. We don't care. Okay. Location is Western Australia. Exact location not given. But, this is 1919, the year 1919. That's a date. So, who knows? Time is unknown also. I mean, God dang it. A lone traveler going down an isolated road came upon a man working on a strange silvery object. Oh, I like it. I like it already. See, in those days, in 1919, people weren't walking around with their brains half full of alien shit. They said that was the last thing they ever thought of. So these guys going down an isolated road, and he sees a strange silvery thing. He's not thinking aliens. He's thinking, oh, it's some kind of new device, Maybe I can help. Oh, and here we go. What did I just say? The traveler approached to offer his assistance. God, this is such a common theme. It's starting to tick me off just a little bit. Okay. The traveler approached to offer his assistance. When the man working on the device, the man looked up, startled, and pointed something at the traveler that knocked him unconscious. When he woke up, the stranger and the silvery object were gone. Okay, we talked about this in the last episode, in number 1, episode number 1 of the Australian Chronicles. We got 9,400 cases going back a couple thousand years. I've read them all, some of them 30 years ago. So a lot of these are effectively a cold read for me. I don't remember this particular one, but I see patterns as I go through this data. I see patterns, and they emerge sometimes only after 10 or 20 or 30 years. I see the pattern. The pattern I'm looking at in the previous episode and this episode is the notion that aliens, presuming they exist at all. I have got reports. I don't have factual cases. I have reports. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to figure out if anything is credible. So many cases where a human comes along and he sees some kind of unusual stuff going on, and he goes over and he shake hands and, hey, do you need a crescent wrench? Are you thirsty? I got some water. Like that. That's kind of their attitude. And the aliens just nuke them with some kind of ray gun. And sometimes they're downed for half an hour, and they get up and they're groggy and they're sick for a couple of days. And that's about the best case scenario. And lots of other cases, they have lingering side effects, sometimes for life, very often for years, 10, 20 years, but sometimes for life. They're screwed up in some way for life. Sometimes they die later. And what I'm seeing is there seems to be a really big overkill on the part of the aliens. Now, humans being what they are, if I was a peaceful alien and I'm out there working on my ship in the middle of Western Australia, and a human comes, I'm going to be pretty wary. I'm going to be thinking, oh, God, it's a human. It's a wild animal, But I don't want to kill it. Not unless it does something bad. It just seems like they're way overkill on this whole ray gun thing. It's really a common phenomenon. Okay, so we're supposed to take these and either decide that they have no possibility of credibility at all, and then we just nuke them into the corn, delete them, gone. We don't think about them, don't talk about them, gone. If they possibly might have some amount of credibility, then we say, okay, we take a little pinch of sand, we put it in a big bucket, and if that bucket is ever full of sand overflowing, then we've proven our case, we believe in aliens. Okay, that's what we do. So for each and every case, we decide no credibility or some credibility, and if credibility, how much credibility, and we take a little pinch of sand, maybe 1 grain, maybe a pinch, maybe a spoon, we drop it in that bucket, and we're just waiting for that bucket to be full. And right now it's full to the point of 90.45%. 8-gallon bucket, big bucket, got a long way to go, but we got a lot of cases. We got 8,000 cases yet to go through. So credibility on this one, I can't say there's none. I can say maybe this is exactly precisely what happened. In 1919, it's hard for me to imagine somebody making this up in the outback of Western Australia. To what end? I'm just not seeing it. I'm not buying that people are making this stuff up. And the thing is that we've got thousands and thousands of cases that are so similar. So what is there? A big club somewhere started in 1919, or started really in about the year 1600. Somebody formed a big club, okay? And it's a secret club, highly secret, because all these, 500 years, nobody has divulged the rules of the club. But the rules of the club must be that go forth into the world and make up stories about UFOs and use this scenario. And we got about 4 or 5 template scenarios, and you stick to those scenarios. And then 500 years from now, people will think, oh, they must be credible because they all sound the same. Well, bullshit. There's no secret club. People say what they see. And people see the same things, more or less. They tend to see the same general things. And that's what this guy saw. And that's what he said in his report. So credibility, I give him 3 grains. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? Central Desert, Western Australia. Date 1930. Time is unknown. Lots of these involve Aborigines because, they were kind of out there wandering around in places where aliens might want to be exploring. An Aboriginal man remembered camping with his tribe when they saw a green light spinning around in the sky. Okay, could be, lots of stuff. It landed behind some trees. Okay, did it land or did it smack in like a meteor? Bullide? Soon, lots of little men. No, not a bullide. Soon, lots of little men shining with green light came out from the trees. Holy shit. They walked around the tribe looking at the witnesses, and then walked back to the object, which then took off. You think this tribe of Aborigines made this up? No, there's, I don't know, it must be a few hundred of these that are pretty similar to this. Pretty similar to this exact scenario. And they're making it up? They all made it up. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm not buying that. Credibility or not? Yes. 3 grains. 3 grains. I mean, it could be worth 5 spoonfuls. I'm not sure, but I'm a doubting Thomas, and I'm stingy with my sand. So 3 grains, 5 grains, 5 grains. What the hell? Shoot, that works. 5 grains for this. Okay, you can see that bucket getting fuller. Okay, what do we got? Come on, Mandurah. Probably screwed it up. Sorry, not sorry. Western Australia, 1930 times night. A strange little entity appeared inside the witness's house late one night. Dang it. There's another common thread in these things. The little burgermeisters love to go inside people's houses. They do. They love it. According to the reports. A strange little entity appeared inside the witness's house late one night. It was described as 1 meter tall, pinkish in color, with large ears, a wide slit mouth with glistening skin as if wet. God dang it. Jesus. It also had bulging eyes covered with some sort of film. Sounds kind of like some reptilian thing, right? Pinkish, large, they don't have ears. Reptiles don't have ears, do they? No, they don't. White slit mouth. Yeah, it could be a frog mouth. Glistening skin, bulging eyes covered with a film. Okay, I'm thinking it's some kind of semi-reptilian. The father of the main witness grabbed a net and threw it over the creature, then dragged it outside. Okay, now that seems unreasonable, right? Okay, 1930, middle of Western Australia, they probably had no concept of alien beings. They just thought this was some strange kind of animal that they had not seen around the house before. I seriously doubt they're thinking, oh, aliens from Zeta Reticuli. No, they just thought this is some morphodite weirdo, birth defected animal thing that found its way into the house. Okay, what do? You throw a net over it, you drag it out. That's what you do when you live out in the bush. I lived in the bush many, many, many years. You took care of shit yourself. 1930 out there, there's no phones. You don't call the sheriff. It never even occurred to you to call the sheriff, the law. Your neighbor's probably 10 miles away. You throw a net over it and you drag it out. You probably, I don't know, maybe you let it go if you're a nice person. Maybe you bash its brains in with a rock. That's probably why the aliens shoot everybody with a ray gun when they first see humans. Okay. There's no mention of any kind of flying saucer. Okay, can we read aliens into this even at all? Well, no, we can't. I mean, it kind of sounds that way. I'm kind of thinking, it could have been some kind of alien thing, but, you just can't go there. There's not enough here to go there. If they did anything alien-like, I mean, this doesn't even say it was wearing any kind of clothing, didn't have ray guns, didn't have a helmet. I can't. Maybe it was aliens. Sometimes when I'm really skeptical, I won't give it even 1 grain of sand. I'll give it the dust off the ass of 1 grain of sand. I can't even give this one. Here's what I can do. I can give it 1 molecule of silica sand. As far as I can go. There you go. Good luck, little guy. Okay. Arnhem Land, Northern Territories, Australia, 1931. Time is evening. Another short one. God, these older ones tend to be short because people were not very verbose. Okay. A local Aboriginal elder reported a UFO landing and aliens, parentheses undescribed, emerging from the object and abducting a 2-year-old Aboriginal child. Okay, there's a little bit of meat here we can discuss. 1931, Aborigines, did they have any okay, a UFO is not an alien ship, okay? A UFO literally means unidentified flying object. If you got a plane and you can't see exactly that it's a plane, it's an unidentified flying object. It's an object that's flying and you can't identify it. Therefore, it's unidentified. It is not necessarily from Zeta Reticuli. So, Aborigine sees something that lands and aliens. Who said aliens? Did he say aliens? Or did the word aliens get interjected here? 50 years later when somebody wrote this up or changed it or edited it or something. If the Aborigine said, yeah, man, it was aliens, then I'm wondering where he got that term. I wish there was a description. Maybe in those days, the Aborigines were widely aware of the phenomenon of aliens. Maybe they talked about it a lot. Maybe that was a word that they used a lot, and they understood what it meant. I do not know. Okay, whatever the hell it was. There are some cultures where if you landed a helicopter, they're gonna think you're from outer space, and that has literally happened. I mean, probably not Australia 1931, but they just had to be into a better description before we could say it's a, alien kind of a thing. Okay. It probably was. Emerging from the object and abducted a 2-year-old Aboriginal child. Okay. That's pretty cheeky. Pedophile aliens? I don't know. Probably just needed a specimen of that age group to dissect and have a little Barbie, Didn't think that people would really miss them. They can make a lot more. Abducted. Did they bring it back? We don't know yet. If they brought it back, then, you could say, okay. Another UFO landed near a station, and a woman who approached reportedly received a telepathic message from the aliens that they wanted to take her. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. For what reason? From a station. The station is nearby. Are these two cases related? What's going on? Who approached her reportedly received a telepathic message from the aliens that they wanted to take her. The UFO left without the woman when the station manager emerged with a gun. Aliens, according to the reports, aliens, most of them do seem to respect the notion of an earthly gun. Not all of them, but most seem to respect it to one degree or another. The object left a circle on the ground that apparently can still be seen today. I don't know when this was written. I don't know. These are like two cases. I don't know that they're related. Credibility. Well, something apparently stole the Aboriginal child, and apparently it didn't come back. Tried to get the woman, didn't. That's pretty big. I mean, the best I could do on this thing would be give it the dust off the ass of 1 grain of sand, or salt, or kitty litter, or coffee grounds, or whatever little thing you want to. Okay, that's it. Okay. And what do we got here? We got Berriedale, Tasmania, Australia, February 1948. And they still don't have no clocks because they only know it was midnight. Shit. 2 witnesses standing on their back garden sighted a bright round object hovering low above them. Okay, at least we got an object in the air. Sitting on the edge of the object were several small green-colored humanoids. Well, this is interesting. Start that line again, because suddenly it's got my attention. Sitting on the edge of the object. So this is a saucer thing, and they're sitting on the lip. Sitting on the edge of the object were several small green-colored humanoids that appeared to be making a weird singing-like sound. Okay, so this is midnight. It's dark, or maybe there's a light source. No, it says the object is bright, so it's making its own light. I can see that these creepazoid things are green or greenish. And they're sitting there. It doesn't say how many. Several. Just says several. Making a weird singing-like sound. Okay, that sounds pretty outrageous, right? Sounds like just poo-poo caca bullshit. Problem is, this exact scene is reported more times than I have kept track of. I mean, not hundreds, but many handfuls out of this 9,400 count database of claims. Same thing. You can take it in two parts. There's many reports, claims of creepazoids sitting on the edge of a flying saucer kind of a thing that's flying around, and they're just sitting. They don't have seatbelts. They're not in a chair. They're just sitting on the edge with their legs hanging down. Okay, so that's one aspect of it. Some percentage of those cases involve the little creepers doing something that seems like they are singing. Quite a few of those cases. They're all made up, every single one of them from around the world, going back decades and hundreds of years. They're all made up. I don't know. Okay, credibility or not, I can't say positively there is not. Jeez. How much credibility can we give it? I say this very often. I wish we had a live poll so you guys could click in and say 1 grain, 5 grains, 200 grains, like that. And I would still do what I want, but it would be interesting to see. Standing on the ground. This is a hard one. I can give it, God, because it fits in with so many other cases, I give it 3 grains of sand. It just sort of, I don't know, I just sort of like it. It just sort of fits. 3 grains. Okay. Alrighty, what do we got? We got Burragorang Valley, north-southwest, New South Wales, Australia. Early 1953, time is daytime. Okay, I'm going to stop this bullshit thing that I've been doing here because I've done it too much. I think the Aussies are probably getting pissed off at me. It's fun to piss them off, and it's so easy to do. Okay. NSW is not north-south-west. It's New South Wales. Okay. Because they're lazy to type that out, so they just... Okay. I've been having fun with that for a really long time, and I got to stop. I mean, I got to be responsible at some point. I'll find other shit to needle the Aussies with. Daytime. Okay. Following sightings of low-flying objects in the area, a lone hiker at a remote location... Start that again. My brain was wandering. Following sightings of low-flying objects in the area, a lone hiker at a remote location saw from a distance, and hiding behind some scrub brush, a group of man-like figures wearing shiny white spacesuit-like outfits. Well, this has my attention because this is 1953. This was not widely reported. It is widely reported now since we have so many more cases. Aliens, supposed aliens, claimed aliens wearing tight-fitting silvery, whitish or silvery suits. Really thousands and thousands and thousands of cases of that. So that kind of sounds like what they're talking about here. Figures wearing shiny white space suits. I don't know. The figures appeared to be searching the ground with strange metallic devices, apparently collecting soil samples. Stupendous number of cases reporting this exact thing. Some very detailed cases. Some of them are very detailed about what the aliens found, what they picked up, what they did with it, put it in little sample cases. There's one report of a alien who comes upon I believe it was a grasshopper. I think so. And he chased that thing all over the place, and it became a game. And the witness or witnesses said that when he finally caught it, it appeared to them that he laughed or giggled about having finally caught it. And he put it into his little sample container thing, and really common scenario about them getting samples. What do we do? When we go someplace, what do? We collect every damn sample there is. What if we went to a place that had biological samples? My God, we'd need 25 rockets to bring that shit back. Okay, the figures appear to be searching the ground with strange metallic devices, apparently collecting soil samples. Okay, another thing that we that we have run across is that in some cases, when creepazoid things are searching the ground with strange metallic devices, somebody will ask them, what the hell are you doing? And in several cases, they have supposedly communicated to the witnesses, well, we're getting some stuff that was lost here a long time ago, or something very close to that. Mostly they're getting dirt and bugs and sticks and twigs and leaves and shit like that. But every once in a while, they seem to be looking for something that was lost. And wouldn't I love to find it? Out in the middle of nowhere, usually. Okay, the figures appeared to be searching the ground with strange metallic devices, apparently collecting soil samples. Soon after this incident, 3 young hikers were reported missing in the same area and to this date never located. Okay, sounds like they got their samples, doesn't it? Probably still being probed to this day. This was 1953, and you know damn well they got the tech to keep human beings alive for 2, 3, 4, 500 years, so they're still duct taped. Well, no, they weren't duct taped then. Probably, you know, if the twine wore out, then they're duct taped now to some bench, Zeta Reticuli, and they're still being probed after 70 years, you know. Good God. Okay. Yeah, somebody's got a comment down here. What happened to the 3 young hikers? Yeah, well, okay. Was there a connection between the UFO humanoid sightings and their disappearance? Well, you know, what do you think there? Credibility. Can't say there isn't any. Do I like it? Is my bullshit meter going off in the back of my brain? No, it's not really going off. I mean, it's always at the ready. You know, the klaxons and the flashing lights, they're warmed up, they're ready to go, but they're not spinning and honking. Credibility, yeah. Quite a bit. I mean, the thing you would do if you were really a serious researcher, you would go there if you had the money of Gates or some fool like that. You would go there and you would look around. It's 1953. There's going to be people, family who remember this, probably still in that area. You'd research them, you'd find them, you'd go interview them. You say, hey, you remember that in 53 when your son disappeared? Tell me about that. Tell me what is not in the reports. What do you think? If I had the money of Gates or Musk or who the hell ever, Biden, Hunter, if I had his money, well, if I had his cocaine, I'd sell it, and then I'd have the money. I'd go around the world and I'd do this shit. Some people do this. My choice of cases is probably different from their choice of cases, but I like the weird cases. This one probably has a good chance of uncovering stuff that's never been learned before. And you might get some really valuable insights into stuff. Okay, well, anyway, credibility, yes. How much are we going to go? I'm going 10 grains of sand. Okay, and we'd be done. Oh, wait, what is this? No, we got another one. What is this? I didn't even mark it. Okay, quickly, it's only one paragraph. Bury near Adelaide, South Australia, date January 2nd, 1953, times unknown, a ghastly-looking creature over 6 feet tall. No, I won't say it. I had a name. No, I'm not going to go there. With a long, scaly... Oh, God, it's Howard Stern. A ghastly-looking creature over 6 feet tall with a long, scaly body hissed at local residents from the top of a tree. It leapt to the ground and ran off when someone fetched a gun. It's him. God. Credibility or not? No. Ain't no saucers. Ain't no ray guns. Nobody got probed. It's Howard Stern. That's all. That's when he was younger. No soup for you. Okay, that's it. Alrighty, we'd be done. I think I did the copyright thing. All tapes are copyright 2024 by stockphotosworldwide.com. You go to alienanalprobe.com. You can go to theyclaim.com. Whatever. This is episode number 2 of. I'm only doing. Well, I was only going to do 2 from Australia, but man, we've got hundreds and hundreds of cases from Australia, and those wacky Aussies, they like them. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do more, specifically Australia. I'm not sure. All right. Thank you very much, and good evening and good night.